Hi guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset mastery doctor and your leverage for change. Today I want to speak about what happens when you decide to make a change. Well, the first thing that I want to really speak about is that how do you even get to the process or to that decision to realize that something needs changing. A lot of individuals never get to the point where they actually become introspective to really see how their behavior or how the results of their behavior pans out in their relationships or just in their lives. Uh, Many of us will just go about our lives living from a set of beliefs that we've learned as children, and further is further concretized as we grow up to be in different relationships, have different experiences and different life circumstances. And so sometimes we never ever just stop and say no, this is not working, this is not working for me, not the way I expect it to my life to be. This is not working. And it's only when, guys, that you develop that sense of awareness of becoming introspective and now beginning to look within yourself to see what it is, what are the things, what am I doing that's causing me to have these results. You may listen to a YouTube video and see now that they have a lot of information there with the attachment styles. A lot of people are becoming aware. They've never thought of why it is that they act this way, that they end up in relationships like similar to every single other one they had in the past, and how they behaved in that relationship. They never thought about it. So now you've seen evidence of, wow, they're speaking exactly, they're describing exactly how I am, how I feel, and what I do. And so this is the awareness part, guys. And I want to tell you that once you become aware of a problem, then you have to make a decision. It's not automatic. You have to make a decision to say, no, I no longer want to be going down this road. I'm tired. I am tired of this whole cyclical toxic relationship thing, and I want to change, and I need to begin with me. Because guys, as I always say, you cannot change anyone else. You can only change yourself. And once you change yourself, once you work on changing yourself, now you're better prepared to go out into the world and choose better relationships. And if you end up in a bad relationship, you are able to choose to say, no, this is not, I don't deserve a relationship like this. And you can move forward, all right, without holding on. Because a lot of problems occur when we are in relationships, especially the anxious, preoccupied individual. And sometimes they fearful avoidant, depending on which attachment style they're acting from, because as you know, they have the two attachment styles, and they kind of flip-flop depending on who they are in relationship with. So they have the anxious, preoccupied, and they have the dismissive avoidant style. Both of that very confusing attachment style to live with and to be able to operate from. So anyway, once you become aware of all of these things and you make a decision, you have to make a decision. No, I no longer want to go down this road. I need to work on myself in order to change. Now, what happens after that? You know, we especially when it comes to, it's not only, I'm talking really across the board about when we decide to change, whether it be ourselves or if we stop doubting ourselves and now going into business, or we're going back to school because, you know, or whatever it is, but we've decided to change ourselves in some way, right? And probably decide to stop doing drugs if, you know, you're somebody who does drugs, or you decide to stop being promiscuous if you're somebody who, you know, is in that have that issue. So guys, anytime you're going to make a change, we think it's going to be, there's certain things that we have to do, but you have to basically change your whole mindset, right? Because there are things that you're going to have to do differently. Because if, if you're always doing something the same way back then you were always getting the same results. So now you have to do things differently. All right. And one of the things that you're going to find yourself having to do is to decide whether or not the people that you hang out with, your friends or your family or whatever it is, if say for example you're doing drugs, or you're having a lot of sex just with any Tom, Dick, Harry, Susan, whatever, you have to, and you always hang out with these people. Say you're a married man and you're hanging out with all of these single men, or even other married men who cheat on their wives, or vice versa. Then you're going to have to decide again, and you decide you don't want to be doing that because you don't want to cheat on your wife. Then guess what? If you keep hanging out with those people who cheat on their wives, it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, for you to stop, to not fall into that routine of cheating on your wife as well. So a lot of times when you make a decision to make a change, you have to lose that crowd. You have to remove yourself from that crowd, because that crowd is going to always encourage you to do the things that you used to, whether it be take drugs, go out and have sex go pick up girls, pick up guys, whatever it is. They're going to always encourage you to do that, and you're going to be in the middle of that. And once you're in the middle of that kind of a thing, it's hard for you to change. So when you've decided to make a change in your life, guys, one of the things that you have to do is to find a different crowd, find a different group of friends who is going to influence you in the direction of where you want to go, who you want to be. All right, that's one thing. A lot of people find this very difficult to do, and that is why they're not able to change. Because you cannot stay around the same people and get different results. It's just not going to happen. And if you try to do it while you're there with them, it will be always, they'll always come back at you. Like you think you're better than us. All of a sudden now you're doing this thing and you think you're better than us. And so you'll always have to be fighting that scenario as well, right? So the best thing, a lot of times, guys, it's hard to do, but it's essential. I've come to a place in my life where I don't find it hard to do anymore. If I see something that does not serve me, I just move out of that. I move out of that situation, cut it off. Nothing. I do not hang around into situations or with people who do not have my. We're not going in the same direction. If they're pulling that way or that way, and they're going to lead me, I know that staying in that thing is going to either cause me to be extremely unhappy or difficult to move forward towards my goals. I can leave easily at this point. Now, you have to get to that place yourself, right? And if you're somebody who's never done it or find it difficult to do, then you have to take baby steps. Take baby steps, but you have to remove yourself from the influence of others who's going to lead you in the direction that you are trying to get away from. Okay? The next thing is that why do you have to do that? Because you're going to outgrow your crowd. You're going to outgrow them. And a lot of people, sadly, you would think that they'd maybe use you as an example and say, oh wow, you're going in that great direction, you want to do that, you want to do this, you're accomplishing this, and try to kind of maybe use you as an example that they can do it as well. They will tear you apart. It's one of these things with humanity. It's like crab in a barrel syndrome. If they see you trying to go up and try and improve yourself in some way, they're going to try and pull you down. And that's why you have to leave. Remove yourself from that group. Remove yourself from that. Find other people going in the direction that you're going and go into and join that group, right? Because as they always say, if you're the brightest or the one who want to change in one group, guys, then you need to find, and if you're that person that you can't learn, there's nobody to learn from. And you're always going to need to learn new things. How am I going to accomplish this? And so you have to go to people, be with people or other individuals who have either go ahead of you in that direction that you want to go to, or who have accomplished what you want to accomplish. so you can learn from them. Okay. The next thing is, as I said, that guys, people will talk about you when they see that you're going somewhere, and they will start to envy you and start to talk bad things about you, and just be very jealous. People can be so jealous. You know, they are not willing to put the work in or do the things that you would do to get where you want to go. But if they see you going forward, and they perceive that they are not moving along with you, or even though they don't want to do the work, they'll just criticize you, and that is why you have to get to a place where the opinions of others don't matter to you. So you have to work on your self-confidence, yourself, just be secure in yourself, so that these things don't bother you. But this is a journey, guys, because if you are going to change in any way, you have to, be able to dismiss these, just these negative comments that you may hear people say about you, or you may be able to, you have to be able to be strong in yourself and know who you are, so that people's opinions will not bother you. It will just slide off your back like a duck, like water off of a duck's back. You have to be okay with losing relationships. You have to be okay with losing relationships that it's not going to serve you. Whether it's because these people have become envious and is just belittling what you're doing, or they are like questioning you and saying, so why now you think you're better than me now, or whatever it might be. Okay, so now that you're now more secure in your relationship, so you don't want to hang out with us anymore, or now you feel like you're this, or you feel like you're that. Any change that you do, guys, any kind of improvement that you do, you have to become so secure in yourself that whatever anyone else says about you does not matter. You have to be confident in yourself that you're doing the right thing, you're doing it for you, and you have not tried to belittle others or anything. You're working on yourself. But if you think about it, guys, remember, and even when you've reached somewhere, and maybe you're saying to them you should come, you're trying to encourage them to come with you, but they're saying to you, I don't want, you just think that you know it all, or whatever it might be. But a lot of people are not going to be happy for you, and you have to be okay with that. All right. Remember, if you remember, I was saying the story in the Bible where Jesus was going around healing the sick and raising the dead and all of those things in different parts of all over. But the place where he was born and grew up, he could not heal anybody there, because all of the people knew him as little Jesus running up and down in his father's carpenter shop. So your friends are going to know you as this guy who probably grew up from childhood with them, right? Or this girl who grew up from childhood with them, and you're this one person's daughter, and this one, and they're not going to expect that you're going to be able to help them in any way, right? They're not going to think that you know any more than they do, because they have limited you to where they know you from, and you cannot get any better in their eyes. So you have to be okay with that. Even if they had needed your help and you could help them, Jesus could heal them, they did not believe that he could do it, right? And so that is why you have to move away sometimes. Move away. I've done it. Move away from people or situations that's limiting you. All right? So these are things that you have to, when you're starting to change, that I need for you to be able to kind of know that these things are some things that will happen, that you will have to make some changes in yourself, right? And to learn to be okay with that. And as you grow to be more secure, to be more successful in the person that you want to become, you're going to see and experience some of these things. And I just want to give you a heads up, so that when these things happen, you're not going to go, oh my God, I can't do this because, for whatever reason. These are things that's going to happen, and I just want you to expect those things and realize that Not everybody's going to have your back. You may have a few people from your childhood who will still be there with you, who will be happy for you, that you're growing and becoming a better person. You're not doing drugs anymore. You're not being promiscuous anymore. You're building a wonderful business to help people. You're doing whatever it is, and they see you growing, and they're excited for you. But not everybody is going to be excited for you, and I want you to know that, so that you will stick with your goals and your dreams and of improving yourself. Because what is a sense of being born and you die at whatever age and you haven't grown? The purpose, I believe that the purpose for us to be here is that we are continually growing and improving ourselves. But some people don't see it that way, and you have to be okay with that. All right, guys, so this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Guys, remember to check out my membership channel, my memberships for my channel, the join button below this video. And also, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you find my videos or have some valuable information that may help you in some way. And also, please hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when I upload new videos. Okay, guys, until next time, take care.